Well, the casualty figures are in, and not only is The Marvels the biggest box office flop of the year, not only is it the biggest bomb in the history of Marvel Studios, but when future historians finish unpacking the numbers on this thing, they may well conclude that if Inchon and Heaven's Gate had a bastard love child, it would look a lot like The Marvels. Which is just another way of saying, as we pass the quarter pole and come around the back turn, this picture is still very much in the running for biggest box office disaster in the history of mankind. And of filmed entertainment, for that matter. And as the director of this abomination, a young woman named Nia DaCosta, who apparently is a strong, powerful, queer woman of color who don't need no man for nothing, she has a theory for who is to blame. But wait, I hear you say, if a movie fails miserably in theaters and loses untold hundreds of millions of dollars for the studio, isn't it fairly easy to assign the blame? Doesn't the buck stop with the director for making a film that was a total piece of shit? And the answer to that question is, shut up, racist! I find your lack of concern for woke intersectional paradigms deeply disturbing, because there's only one way the world works. If a woke intersectional film with a woke intersectional director who's a strong, powerful, queer woman of color who don't need no man for nothing fails at the box office, it has nothing to do with the objective qualities of the film as a piece of cinema. If you'd been paying attention, you'd know that's not how motion pictures are judged here in the new enlightened woke Hollywood era. You don't judge a movie based on the quality of the story or the script or the performances. You judge it on how well it advances the intersectional football toward the woke goal line. Ergo, if a film is directed by a strong, powerful woman of color and it's about strong, powerful women of color, then it is a great movie and you very much enjoyed it. You can either choose that, or you can choose being a filthy racist bigot. And there really is no middle ground here. Just ask Nia DaCosta. She will tell you all about it. She is fighting mad that everybody hates her god-awful piece of shit movie. Sorry, I meant to say her great, wonderful film that celebrates the joys of not being white and not having a penis. Now, imagine being Nia DaCosta. Is there anything in her life experience or previous body of work, such as it is, that suggests she's qualified at age 34 to be the director of a big, gigantic $250 million Marvel superhero blockbuster extravaganza? No, there is not. If Nia DaCosta is qualified to direct a major motion picture, then Hunter Biden is qualified to sit on the board of Burisma. Nia DaCosta is a diversity hire. In absolutely every conceivable sense of the term, she was given a job for which she was wildly unqualified because she's black and she's got a vagina. And the fact that she likes to have sex with other women probably didn't hurt either. It probably looked a hell of a lot like the process whereby Baghdad Buckwheat became the White House press secretary. Well, she's really going to suck at the job, but will you look at how black and female and gay she is? How can we pass that up? Now, a normal, sane person put in the same position that Nia DaCosta was, into a lofty position she did little or nothing to earn, they might be grateful. They might look around and say, today I consider myself the luckiest, strong, powerful, queer woman of color on the face of the earth. And I paraphrased that quote with all due respect to Lou Gehrig and Gary Cooper. And along with that, the realization of that luck ought to come, at least one would think, with some small bit of humility. Especially when your movie comes out and it sucks and everybody hates it. A normal, sane person might find themselves saying, you know, we made the best movie we could. I'm disappointed to hear that it wasn't more well received, but I am incredibly grateful for the opportunity that I've been given, and thank you to everybody who came out to see the film. But Nia DaCosta, it seems, is not a normal, sane person. In fact, when you hear this quote, you might be more inclined to categorize her as a bitter, raving sociopath. Here's her explanation for why her shitty movie failed. And spoiler alert, it's because of the damn toxic fans. Quote, there are some pockets where you go because you're like, I'm a super fan. I want to exist in the space of just adoration, which includes civilized critique. Then there are pockets that are really virulent and violent and racist and sexist and homophobic and all those awful things. And I choose the side of the light. That's the part of fandom I'm most attracted to. End quote. And I continue to marvel, no pun intended, At this weird language the wokesters speak that is increasingly unrecognizable as English? When was the last time you greeted a friend or a loved one? You say, hey, how's it going? What's up? And they say, I'm just existing in the space of adoration. Yeah, me either. But you can see her overarching point here, obviously. There's really no two ways about it. If you go see her shitty movie and you pretend you liked it, because diversity and inclusion and a man needs a woman like a fish needs or a woman needs a man like a fish needs a bicycle, then you are a good person with all the correct opinions. If you don't go see her shitty movie, or worse yet, if you see her shitty movie and then go on the internet and say it was a shitty movie, well then you're a racist, sexist, uncivilized, violent homophobe. And you probably voted for Trump. Any questions?